Hi, thank you for checking out Reading Elephant books at readingelephant.com. We're going to go over how to get started on these books. First, in order to read Set 1, Book 1, the student needs to know most letter sounds and short A. Short A says as in apple. After your students knows most letter sounds, and you can get started on this book. So there are a couple things that you should do as a teacher. First, you want to make sure that you don't say very much while your student is reading. You're kind of like the conductor of an orchestra. You want to give your student enough time to practice, and so this means you have to pull back on what you say. So I have a couple 1 to 3 word cues here to help your student. But first, you want to demonstrate how you want your student to read. So you say something like this. First, I want you to read the sounds, and then I want you to blend them together. I'm going to show you what to do. S, a, m, Sam. K, a, t, cat. Sam, cat. And you say something like, okay, got it. I'm going to help you through as you read. You want to make sure that you don't read the text before your student. If you read the text before your student, they're going to memorize what you say, and they're simply going to just say what you said without really focusing on the sounds. So first, allow the student to read the words on their own and allow them to make mistakes. As the teacher, there are just a few cues you say. So your first cue is you say slowly. The student says You say blend. The student says Sam. You say slowly. Student says at. You say blend. Student says cat. You say from the beginning. Student says Sam, cat. Notice how the student should hold continuous sounds. Continuous sounds are sounds you can say for a long time without any sound distortion. Sounds like s and ah and In contrast to that, the student clips stop sounds like k. If she adds a sound to k, she'll say ka, and she won't be able to read the word cat. She'll say cat. This can become problematic later on. So make sure she clips stop sounds and doesn't add an and says continuous sounds for a long time. So we're just going to go through the book in that same manner. Slowly. Jan. Blend. Jan. Slowly. Jan. Blend. Jan. Slowly. At. Blend. Sat. From the beginning, Jan sat. Slowly. Blend. Sam. Slowly. At. Blend. Cat. Slowly. Ran. Blend. Ran. From the beginning, Sam, cat, ran. Slowly. Blend. Sam. Slowly. At. Blend. Cat. Slowly. At. Blend. Sat. From the beginning, Sam, cat, sat. The end. As your student goes through the sets, she might become a faster reader. So let's say she does become a faster reader and she's kind of getting ahead of herself, or ahead of you anyway. Then what should you do? Should you still say those cues? Well, you want to pull back whenever possible. And if your student is doing a good job saying the sounds and blending the sounds, you can drop those slowly and blend and from the beginning cues. But make sure she's ready before you do that. And at the top of these books, there's a focus sound. So we're going to go to Set 1, Book 1. Here the focus sound is short A. So with these focus sounds, you want to create sound cards. Sound cards are basically flashcards with phonic sounds on them. You show the student the flashcard and she says the sound. So for the short vowel sounds, you would write short A on one flashcard, show it to your student, and she says ah, and you just continue on through all the sounds. So here, for Set 4, Book 2, you write short U on a flashcard, show it to your student, and make sure she says But by this time, your student has also learned 3 previous sounds. So shuffle those through the pile and make sure she reviews old sounds as well. Mix those flashcards up each time she reviews. So let's say your student becomes very good at those flashcards. Then what do? Do you keep them all in the pile? Well, I recommend always keeping short vowels in the pile. They come in handy later on for longer words. However, other sounds, you can start to drop them from your flashcard pile if she becomes very good at them. So let's say she knows EE and EA very well. It's easy for her, and she has gotten good at so many sounds. Her accuracy rate is really high. Then you can drop that from the pile. And so this is the EA sample here. And you can also do the same for the oo, and oo sounds. Just go ahead and go through all of the sets, write this focus sound on a flashcard, and review them with your student daily. So by this set, your student should start to pick up fluency, and her reading will look more like then there was a boom, boom. There in the plot, in the next plot of grass was a kid. So if your student begins to read more fluently again, just go ahead and pull back whenever possible. Let her take the reins and make mistakes. Your job is to kind of limit what you say and provide strategic cues when necessary. I hope you find all of these books helpful.